Choose a job you love, they say, and work will feel like play. But that old line, a twisted vine, can lead your dreams astray.
That quote, misattributed to Confucius and a delicious irony of misinformation, is perhaps the most pernicious lie ever told about professional life. Welcome to Lies Your Parents Told You About Work, where today we're going to dismantle the well-intentioned falsehoods that have been passed down through generations like some sort of twisted inheritance. Myths that, much like Bill Murray and Groundhog Day, have kept us repeating the same mistakes over and over, expecting different results. You see, previous generations came from a different economic reality. They navigated a world where company loyalty was rewarded, where pensions existed outside of history books, and where one could reasonably expect to stay in a single career path from graduation until that gold watch retirement party. A world that, like Titanic, has long since sunk beneath the waves of economic change.
They saw a world of steady climb, a job for all of life's prime, but times have shifted, rules uplifted. Now we're in a different time.
Lie 1. Follow your passion and the money will follow. Let's begin with perhaps the most pervasive myth, that following your passion inevitably leads to financial success.
They say pursue your heart's desire, ignite that inner fire, but passion's flame without a name won't pay the monthly hire.
This little fiction has launched 1,000 Instagram posts of sunsets captioned with, "Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life." Much like those Instagram filters, the advice obscures reality. The truth? Passion doesn't pay the bills. The Venn diagram of things you're passionate about and things people will pay you well to do often resemble the Earth and Mars in The Martian, technically in the same solar system, but with a vast distance between them. Consider instead what I call the Tony Stark approach, developing rare and valuable skills that the market actually rewards. Passion, as it turns out, is more often the result of mastery rather than its precursor. Iron Man wasn't passionate about arc reactors until he built one in a cave with a box of scraps. Instead of dreams,
build skills so bold, a story to be told. Like Tony Stark from Caves Dark, his talents turn to gold.
To quote the ever-pragmatic Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada, though in a context she surely never imagined, details of your incompetence do not interest me. Your marketable skills, not your passions, define your professional value. Lie 2. Hard work always pays off. Keep your head down, work hard, you'll be recognized. This particular fable has all the factual accuracy of midichlorians explaining the force.
They preach, just toil, don't make a sound, success will soon be found. But silent deeds like buried seeds may never break the ground.
The modern workplace, much like your Ministry of Magic and Harry Potter series, doesn't inherently reward silent diligence. Hard work matters, certainly, but visibility matters just as much. In today's economy, your ability to communicate your value often outweighs the value itself.
Visibility, that's the key to climb the corporate tree. So show your might in shining light for all the world to see.
The corrective truth here is that strategic work trumps hard work. Working smarter involves understanding organizational politics. Yes, they exist everywhere. Building alliances and making your contributions visible without falling into the trap of appearing self-promotional. As Tyrion Lannister might have said about today's workplace, never forget what you are, the rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor and it can never be used to hurt you. Lie 3. Stay loyal to your company. Company loyalty. I spoke about it before. It's that quaint notion from a bygone era, like VHS tapes or phone booths.
Loyalty's a tale of yore, like knocking on a wooden door. Now jump and leap, your skills to keep, and always ask for more.
Your parents likely believe that longevity at a single company would be rewarded with promotions, raises, and eventually a comfortable retirement. Today's reality is closer to what Katniss Everdeen faced in The Hunger Games, a ruthless competition where the rules keep changing. Studies consistently show that job hoppers earn significantly more over their careers than those who remain loyal. The most substantial raises come not from internal promotions, but from strategic moves between companies.
The biggest raise, a clever chase from companies to place. Forget the years, forget the fears, and set a quicker pace.
The new loyalty should be to yourself and to your own personal development. Companies will discard you the moment economic winds shift, a lesson many learned during recent economic downturns faster than Thanos can snap his fingers. Lie number 4. Get a degree and you're set for life. Your parents weren't wrong that education matters. They were just wrong about how it matters.
A single scroll, they said, will do to see your whole life through. But skills decay and every every way, so learn what's fresh and new.
The idea that a single degree would carry you through 40 plus years of professional life belongs in a museum alongside the Walkman and dial-up internet modems. Today's economy demands continuous learning, adaptation, and reinvention. The half-life of professional skills has dropped precipitously. What you learn in college begins depreciating almost immediately, like a new car driven off the lot. The revised truth, your most valuable credential is not your degree, but your adaptability, your capacity to learn, unlearn, and relearn as circumstances demand. As Neo discovered in The Matrix, it's not about what you know, it's about your ability to download new skills as needed. Lie number 5. Success means climbing the corporate ladder. The traditional career ladder, that linear progression upward towards the corporate hierarchy, has been replaced by something more resembling the shifting staircases of Hogwarts. Multiple paths, unexpected movements, an occasional moment when you have to find an entirely different route to your destination.
That ladder's old, a story told, a boss is brave and bolder, but paths diverge, new skills emerge, and some get even colder.
Previous generations equated success with management, the corner office, the team underlings, the steadily advancing titles. These were the markers of achievement, but in our knowledge economy, technical expertise often outlearns management skill. Consider that senior software engineers frequently command salaries equivalent to or exceeding their managers. Success now comes in multiple forms: deep technical expertise, entrepreneurship, profile careers combining multiple income streams, remote work that prioritizes lifestyle over advancement, and yes, traditional management paths for those so inclined.
Don't climb for show, just let it flow to where your true desires grow. So look around on solid ground and let your true self know.
To quote Ferris Bueller, though in a context John Hughes never imagined, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Which is to say, don't climb the ladder just because it's there. Climb only if it leads where you actually want to go. Lie number 6. Keep your personal and your professional lives separate. Work-life balance, that elusive state your parents spoke of with the reverence of describing the island from Lost, doesn't exist in the form they imagine. The boundaries between personal and professional have blurred beyond recognition.
They said divide where lines collide, a balance to create. But work and life and daily strife now integrate your fate.
Technology has made us perpetually available. Social media has made our personal views potentially relevant to our professional reputations. Remote work has literally brought our jobs into our homes. The more useful framework is work-life integration, finding sustainable ways to blend career and personal priorities rather than treating them as wearing factions requiring strict boundaries. This integration looks different for everyone. There is no universal template. As Gusteau from Ratatouille noted, though regarding cooking rather than career planning, anyone can cook. Similarly, anyone can create their unique work-life integration, but the recipe will be different for each person or rat. Lie 7. There's a perfect job waiting for you. This particular fairy tale has led more people astray than the One Ring led Gollum. The idea that somewhere out there exists the perfect role that will fulfill all of your professional desires and your personal values is as realistic as finding Narnia in your closet.
That perfect role, a distant goal, like finding hidden treasure. But build it strong where you belong and craft your own true measure.
The truth resembles something closer to arranged marriage than romantic love. You don't find the perfect job, you build it. Every role requires compromise, adaptation, and the occasional grinding of teeth. The wiser approach: look for that 70% job, one that offers roughly 70% of what you want and need, then systematically work to reshape that role towards your strengths and interests through exceptional performance and strategic negotiation. As The Good Place ultimately revealed after 4 seasons, perfection isn't the goal. Meaningful growth and connections are what matter. We create job satisfaction through deliberate choices rather than discovering it fully formed. Lie number 8. Office politics are for the unethical. Your parents may have advised you to avoid office politics entirely, to rise above the fray through sheer merit. This advice ranks alongside never go into the basement in horror movies, noble but utterly impractical guidance.
They say avoid the office game and keep your conscience tame, but learn the rules, use savvy tools, and play with honest aim.
Office politics, the informal influence networks that determine how decisions actually get made, exist in every organization larger than a solo entrepreneur. They aren't inherently inherently unethical, they're simply human social dynamics in a professional context. The wiser path is learning to navigate these waters ethically, build authentic relationships, understand decision-making processes, recognize different stakeholder interests. These skills aren't dirty politics, they're essential professional competencies. As Michael Corleone might have noted in a corporate context, it's not personal, it's strictly business. Understanding power dynamics doesn't make you unethical, it makes you effective. The new Career Playbook. Having dismantled these comfortable fictions, what guidance should replace them? Here's a more honest playbook for today's economy. Develop transferable skills that travel between industries. The most valuable abilities, critical thinking, data analysis, clear communication, and emotional intelligence, remain relevant even as specific technologies and businesses come and go. Like James Bond skills at adapting to any situation, these capabilities serve you across contexts.
So learn to bend, adapt, extend. Your skills will be your friend. Like Bond so slick, with every trick, your talents will transcend.
Build your professional network before you even need it. Your network is less about collecting LinkedIn connections and more about nurturing genuine professional relationships that provide mutual value. Think less networking event and more Avengers Initiative, a group of people with different strengths who can come together when needed. Embrace strategic job changes. Loyalty matters, but opportunities matter more. Move when staying becomes more comfortable than growth-inducing. Like Doctor Who regenerating into new forms, each career transition should bring fresh energy and capabilities. Invest in continuous learning. Set aside time and resources for acquiring new skills, even when,
especially when,
your current role doesn't demand them. As Yoda might say, always in motion, the future is. Understand your market value. Regularly research compensation for your skills and experience. Information asymmetry in salary negotiations usually benefits employers and not employees. Don't be like Andy in Shawshank Redemption, spending years tunneling before realizing there was another way out. Cultivate multiple income streams when possible. Side projects, investments, freelance work. Financial resilience comes from diversification. Like the Ocean's 11 crew, have multiple angles when working simultaneously. Find meaning beyond your paycheck. Purpose and fulfillment often come from factors other than your job title or your salary. Impact, autonomy, mastery, connection with others. As Tyler Durden somewhat aggressively pointed out,
you are not your job.
Now, as we reach the conclusion of our journey through these workplace myths, consider how these falsehoods connect. They all emerge from a single fundamental misunderstanding: the belief that our careers operate in a stable system where following prescribed rules lead to a predetermined outcome. The truth is messier, it's more dynamic, and it's ultimately more liberating. Your career isn't a single-track railroad, but a vast open-world game with multiple possibility quests and many ways to level up. Your parents handed you a strategy guide for a game that's had several major updates since they played. So we return to where we began, with that misattributed quote about loving your work. The wiser perspective might be: choose work that leverages your strengths, provides adequate compensation, offers some degree of autonomy, and doesn't violate your core values. Then use the resources this work provides to build a meaningful life both inside and outside your career. Not quite as pithy, I'll admit, but unlike those workplace fables passed down through generations, at least it has the virtue of being true. Like Peter Parker learned that with great power comes great responsibility, you'll need both skill and adaptability to navigate today's workplace. But unlike Spider-Man, your greatest challenge won't be defeating supervillains, it will be crafting a career that serves your life rather than consuming it. And that, perhaps, is the most important truth your parents never told you. Work is not the purpose of your existence, but rather one of the many tools you'll use to build a life worth living. Use it wisely. So, to wrap everything up,
these old wives' tales, we've set them straight. A modern view to seal your fate. If this talk's helped in any way, consider a like, or so they say. If you'd like more where truths reside, perhaps a sub to be your guide. If friends you know who'd benefit too, a share might help see them through.
on Thrive. Bye.